Machine Room Podcast. Get off the toilet and get on the screen. I don't know. That was something I just started out of nowhere. Welcome, it's the Machine Room Podcast. I'm Nostradamus. And of course, with me as well is Hammer of Venus. Yeah! Also known as Naz and Rachel. And you can find our freaking dominions of where you can find us on social media right below our faces here. And that's right, we're back to showing our mugs because we have our videos posted now on Spotify. So I hope if you listen to us through there, you can also watch us. Not if you're driving though, because they don't let you look at it while you're in motion.
That's
Trust
true.
me, I know. So yeah, we're here. It's another great freaking lovely day here in Chicago. It's really great weather. You know, that's all gonna drop later. I love to give a big shout out for those who are listening. As always, we're live, baby. Fuck it, we're doing live. We're live, and right off the bat, I like to give a shout out to King Travis,
Yes.
or as his Twitter handle goes, King T731, for rating us. Thank you very much for rating us. You is a real one.
We never get raids.
Never ever do we get raised. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you for giving us the little bit of views right here. So this week in the Machine Room Podcast, you know, it's very exciting news. Hammer Venus had one hell of a 24 hours on her TikTok. Rachel, tell us what happened.
So like people that follow me on like Twitter, Instagram, like I post a bunch of stupid shit, just kind of like whatever is going on or whatever I feel like, but I try to make it funny, you know, because that's like a good healing factor is laughter.
Yeah, because why do we want to be here and bring y'all down?
Yeah, we want to
So
make
much.
people laugh and have a good time. So I posted some stuff, like 2 videos that were just related to all these flies that were coming to my room, and a lot of people were liking it and everything. And then later that night, I was watching the Tales from the Crypt Demon Night with Billy Zane, and there's a really funny part with him taking off his cowboy gear, and I've always thought that was hilarious, and I was like, it'd be funny if I just posted that too. And I was like, well, I posted to TikTok today. I'll just post it on there too, and maybe I'll get some more views.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting a few, like a couple hundred or something like that. And then I went to sleep. And the next day I woke up, my phone wouldn't stop vibrating. It just kept going off and going off and going. And I finally woke up, and like the counter for TikTok only goes up to 99, so it says 99 plus, and it did that for everything. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? And when I checked it, that Billy Zane video had almost 500,000 views, and I had like hundreds of followers and likes and comments out the ass, and it's just been insane. And so then I woke up today and the video went over 1 million.
That video went viral fast. And you told me I even got duets in one night. Then I looked and I was like, yeah, people are like using the audio, duetting and every stuff like that. And her comments are so vast. Like she said, I can't keep up. And I'm like, I too can't keep up with those comments. I mean, you know, it's whatever's on the, whatever's the couple right there I'm reading, but it's just going on and on and on. And, you know, Rachel has 99 problems, but a TikTok notification ain't one.
No, I had to, there's like a do not disturb function. And so I had to set that up to not disturb me between like midnight and 8 a.m. just so I could get some sleep, because my phone will not stop going off.
That's right. Right now, because Braver Soul, a friend of the show and a friend of our Twitches, Braver Soul, aka Manny. Yeah! He said, big time Rachel. That's what we calling you now. Big time, Rachel. You doing
I
it
like it.
big. So she told me, I was like, hey man, like welcome to the fold, because that's exactly how we felt when I posted the Juggernaut bitch back in 2006, and out of nowhere that thing just exploded. There's no formula to going viral.
No.
It just happens. So what you did is just prove to the world that you're not the only one that thinks and knows that Billy Zane is such a great actor, and that Demon Knight is a fucking wonderfully fun movie that he killed in.
Oh, he's amazing. Like,
That makes sense.
I sarcastically said on the TikTok, he's like the best actor of our time. He's great. I mean, my favorite will always be Daniel Day-Lewis, but Billy Zane has always been great. Like everything he's in, he always steals the scene. Like even the couple times you see him in Back to the Future 1 and 2, like he just steals the scenes. And then my favorite is like Zoolander 2, where he played himself.
And the walk off or whatever that thing
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
And then on Tombstone, like he doesn't have many scenes or lines in the movie, but when he does, he always steals the scene. He's amazing.
Billy Zane be stealing scenes.
He does, dropping panties.
Dropping with his eyebrows alone. He's dropping panties, and I thought my eyebrow game was top notch, but I always compare myself to like Eugene Levy. Like that guy's eyebrow
Right.
game is like pristine. Which, by the way, there's a person at work that looks just like Eugene Levy. I bullshit
Oh,
you
no
not.
shit.
He is the Latino Eugene Levy. And I even asked him too, and he's an older man, so he's legit looks like Eugene Levy. And I asked him, it's like, hey, anybody tell you look like Eugene Levy? He's like, all the time. You know what his accent? I can't do his accent. But he's
Yeah.
like all the time. He knows who Eugene Levy is. He watches the show Schitt's Creek. So this guy was Discount Levy. It would be Discount. Like I swear to, like if I could get a
Dollar
picture of this
store
guy
Levy.
and show you, like he legitimately, I can't even say the word. Legitimately looks like
There you
Eugene
go.
Levy. It's crazy. So he has the eyebrow games on top notch too, but
Well, like, and so many of the comments are about how awesome Billy Zane is. So it's like started this whole, internet rabbit hole. And I always wondered why he started shaving his head in like the 90s. And from what I could find, it was from when he played the Phantom. He said he shaved his head to make the suit like fit tighter.
right, because he was wearing some tight ass freaking spandex
That was
there.
some tight ass.
I
It was just spandex and rings. That was.
and he just stood with it after that, for real.
Yeah.
This is legit.
Yeah.
I thought he was going bald, so that's why he just went bald.
That's like the only thing I could find was them talking about the Phantom. That's when he started shaving his head.
Look. I mean, he looks good bald. It's
Yeah.
it helps. He has a good head for that. Some people don't have a good head for being bald, but
Sigourney Weaver does.
Sigourney Weaver is just fucking beautiful. Period.
Exactly. She has an amazing.
Or
head.
as what did Al Sharpton, I think it was it Al Sharpton who called it Sigourney Weaver.
I must have missed that.
Not even Sigourney. Yeah, because apparently he was like hosting. Sorry, that was Pepsi. The Machine Room Podcast is brought to you by Pepsi. When you want a drink that's bad for you, no, we're not
Or
brought
Mountain
to you.
Dew.
We're not brought to you by Mountain Dew and Pepsi. Are we both Pepsi products?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Pepsi, where's the money at?
Give us all the money.
But that's fascinating that if he decided to go bald himself, because if I had hair, I wouldn't be bald all the time. Yes, it's easy. Like, you don't have to worry about anything. You just shave and then that's it. You don't have to try to maintain it. But trust me, if I had like luscious locks up here, I'll be trying to do something with it. But I don't. This is not choice. This is just God gracing me with a nice little dome and a full beard to get your attention.
What's funny is a lot of people think that Billy Zane is the guy that played the mummy in the Brandon Fraser mummy. That's a different guy.
Who thinks that?
A lot of people, apparently.
Is that what shows up in your comments?
Yeah, like there's a
You
lot of people that, oh, I love him in the mummy. I'm like, dude, he's not in the mummy.
you know that you could take a comment and then like reply to that comment with a video. That's how those like videos with the comment on the corner appear.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so you should do that and just put the clip of the actual guy in the mummy and then something funny with it.
I'm
Though,
gonna,
however,
the
I'm
cat.
okay with this alternate universe of Billy Zane being Emotep
I love it. I'd watch that in a heartbeat.
because I think he would really give a lot of emotion with his Anaxunamun.
It
Let me,
was
let me,
Arnold Vosloo. That's who played Imhotep.
wasn't he also in the G.I. Joe movie?
Was he?
Think
It's like,
so.
he's awesome too. He has a great bald head.
He pulled
Yeah,
that shit
G.I.
off.
Joe, The Rise of Cobra.
Yeah, you see, he was
He
in the
was
G.I. Joe
Zartan.
movie. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, he's rad.
Yeah. You live in that generation when you remember the names of this is how crazy, like, people don't realize the Mummy is such a staple movie.
Yeah.
You know? Like, the Mummy is iconic. It's one could, like, right now I'm thinking about it, one could say like the Mummy when it came out was like the Indiana Jones of that time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it was really good. And the second one, like, I remember people were excited to go see the second one and they had a great time with the second one. The Mummy is something, like, I feel with this explosion of Brendan Fraser and he's down for it, a legacy movie with him and the Mummy back will be amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
We'll have to fill in some of his hair, but I think he'd be good.
He'll be good, man. He'll be good. You know, you gotta realize that he's Oscar-winning Brendan Fraser now. All right,
That's true. He
this
can
mother,
use that.
he got
Have,
pull.
he's gonna have more power than The Rock.
Exactly. Take back the fucking Journey to the Center of the Earth from The Rock. It was like, this is my fucking franchise, you bastard. Always.
Speaking of, did you hear that they want to do a what was it? Was it Journey to the Center of Earth or no, Jumanji 4?
With The Rock
But
again?
yeah,
That I'm good with. You know, The Rock took Jumanji and he ran with it. Those two movies were fun.
yeah.
I really enjoy it. You know, continuing his legacy of like, I'm gonna take something and make it mine. Those were good. But yeah, he needs to stop doing that. I'm just saying, like, isn't it? It just took a long ass time for me to realize how the Rock does this. Like, he go and he's like, "This is a great franchise. I'm gonna make it mine." You know, and I think the perfect example was the Fast and the Furious. Like, he was in there, and then he didn't like how it was going and feuding with Vin Diesel, and then he was like, I guess. Just because think about it, like, there was no more after that. Like, just to be petty and to prove a point, he went as like, I'm gonna make this side movie and it's gonna make billions of dollars. And then have we heard of a Hobbs and Shaw 2?
No, I
No.
don't think that's ever gonna happen.
Exactly. And it's not like the movie bombed. The movie did really, really well. But there's no more. It's like he did it just to prove a point, and then that's it. And then Vin Diesel tried to get him to come back.
Yep.
And he's all like, no, I'm good. I'm going to be Black Adam.
And look how that turned out.
The hierarchy of the DC universe is about to change. And it sure did. Kicking his ass out of it.
Get the fuck out.
And it hurt Shazam too. That's what sucked, because the movie didn't suck. It was good.
I could see why, because the guy that plays Shazam, like, you know, everybody's getting fired and everybody was sad and depressed and trying to get Warner Brothers in DC to keep the Snyderverse going and all that, and everybody was, having their last performances and all that, and it was a really sad time. It still is. And then, what's the guy's name that plays Shazam?
Zachary Levi.
Yeah, Zachary Levi. He gets on like Twitter and he's like, haha, I'm not getting fired. Fuck all of you. And I was like, wow, like now I really don't want to see your movie.
Some of this stuff is out of context, but he's a good guy. He's just sometimes he needs to keep his mouth shut a little bit.
Yeah, that was really cringeworthy.
Broly Fizz like, hear me out. Chris Pratt as the Flash, and Brave Soul is gonna be Black Adam and drinks Zoa. I've drank Zoa. It's not that bad, but there's nothing I'm gonna keep. Brendan Fraser as Black Adam. There you go.
Oh yeah, I like that. Well, he played Firefly and Batwoman that got scrapped, and according to him, the movie was finished. It just needed some post-production stuff, and they fucking shelved it.
Speaking on that, you reminded me, I think I saw a post or something where there was gonna be some legal issue on cases like that. And they were targeting DC or Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Because something about like, projects that are worked on, spent on, and especially finished should not be just thrown to the side or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like some kind of like it's illegal or whatever. They want to make it so it's illegal to do something like that because that's time and money and jobs and then you guys just like toss it to the side, which I kind of feel like, look, regardless if a movie is fucking grade A or a piece of shit, if it's made and it needs to be seen.
It does, and like you've already spent all the money to make it, just put it out and see if you can try to at least recoup your expenses.
Something like you don't even have to release it. The thing is that now is different than before. You don't even have to release it in theater. It's like, all right, this movie, fuck it, we don't care about its financial gain. Just make some kind of effort out of it, or make something out of it. Put it on your damn streaming service. Look what they did with fucking Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, he made a lot of that in his backyard.
That's a prime example of what you can do with something if you don't want to give it like, okay, whatever the fans want it, just give it the time of day. And look what happened out of it. You got
it's a great example of that?
What?
The Tank Girl movie.
Really?
Yeah, like there was a lot of scenes that they just ran out of money, and so they didn't film a lot of scenes. And so the scenes that they didn't film or didn't have the money for, those are the ones that are animated that look like the comic.
Uh-huh. I kind of remember that. It's been a long time since I got it, but it's been a long time since I watched Tank Girl.
It's great. I love it, but a lot of people shit on it. But
who?
Yeah, like that.
Who
that
are these people?
That was never finished.
No, fuck that. Who are these people? We're gonna be like Jay and Silent Bob. We're gonna look them up on the internet.
Go to their house,
door to door, and I'm gonna stone cold stun every single one of them. Every single one of them. Samurai. Broly Face says Samurai Cop was another one.
Oh, really?
See, these are things like just. If it's worked on, if it's given the time of day and effort or whatever, just put it out there. Regardless, it don't matter.
There was that River Phoenix movie. It's like the last movie he worked on before he died, and they shelved it because, the tragedy of him overdosing and everything. And there was such demand for it and stuff like that they finally released it like 20 years after the fact.
Really?
Yeah.
What movie was that?
Oh, shit. I have to look it up.
I know there's a movie and it's on my Netflix. And this is a movie that was started ages ago. I forgot who. I don't know if it was Kubrick or somebody else. And they finished it. I forgot what it was called. This is a very, very old movie, and they finished it. They like got the permission from like the estate or whatever, and they put it together and they released it on Netflix. But I forgot what movie it is.
The River Phoenix movie was called Dark Blood, or is called. It was not completed because of River Phoenix dying in '93,
Hmm.
and it says here that it was remained unfinished for 19 years.
American Dutch thriller directed by George Sluizer, written by
Yep.
Jim Barton and starring River Phoenix, Judy David, and Jonathan somebody. Okay, I didn't know about this. I guess they released it in 2012 because they got 2012 on it right here.
Yeah.
But it's not playing anywhere.
No, it was like a limited release, I think, when they finally like had a finished product, and I've never heard of it streaming anywhere.
Well, that's not good.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, right? Like things should be here's my things should be viewed.
That's what they're for.
If it's
Especially movies and TV shows, and just put it out.
Just
Just
put
whatever
it
you got.
out.
Just like last episode, we were talking about the Frankenstein show with Vincent Perez. That was never finished. They just released what they put out, and that was it. And it was awesome.
And can you see it anywhere now?
I'm not sure. I
Oh.
think so.
It should
I'm
be
not-
seen somewhere. We have
Yeah.
all these streaming services like crazy. And anything can be streamed. Like you can put it on YouTube, you can put it on Roku, you can put it on Pluto, you can put it on Tubi, you can put it on Netflix, you can put it on Hulu, you could anywhere. These movies can be placed for us to watch. And you know what's funny? Because last night, Rocio was like, "Why am I paying for all these streaming services if I can't find the movie I want to watch?"
Right?
And I'm like, "You're right." You know, she was looking for a specific movie, and then I, of course, would look to see if it's on sale to put in the Voodoo library or anything. And of course, it wasn't, and that's why I told her, like, this is why I'm creating my own library, so and I have to deal with that shit. If I
Yep.
look it up and it's like, oh, it's not anywhere, that's okay because I got it somewhere. You know, you can't trust on these, especially they bring them and they take them out. Like what? Netflix just got rid of the Hunger Games. Of course, they're gonna go somewhere else. That's not gonna be something that's gonna be hard to come by. You know, that's gonna be shared everywhere. But there are some movies that are just like, where the fuck is this movie at? You know?
There's a lot of stuff you just can't see anywhere. Like you can't even buy it. And Spin Dog in chat says you can put it on Tubi. They got so much random movies. It's true. Like so many things that I can't find anywhere else will be free on Tubi.
I pop up on Tubi because I'm currently watching like the one, the Japanese series on Tubi, and every time I pop on there, it's like, holy shit, damn, they got the new Mortal Kombat, they got this, they got that. It's like, why the fuck do we got things like they're here it is right here, for free with some ads, and they're kind of like shitting on the game. Like I get it, like most people will want to deal with ads and whatnot, but Tubi is like on point right now.
Burly Fist says Tubi be playing Airbud 9 and shit.
right there, you see
All the
Airbud 9
sequels.
and then the fucking new Mortal Kombat and the Matrix, and you're like, whoa, Tubi's everywhere. Braver Soul said, I was hyped to see the Sailor Moon live action pilot last year. See, I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't either. That's awesome.
Now, was this live action gonna show the transformation in live action glory? Because there was nudity involved in that.
I love in like the TV version how their skirts never flopped up. They just always magically cover everything.
Kids, and Sailor Moon was like low key a hentai that was rated G.
Oh man.
Like think about it, because all the monsters they were fighting, it was like, yo, if this could go another way, you know what I'm saying? This can go another way.
Did I ever tell you my introduction to hentai?
Oh no, please do tell. It's story time with Rachel Dunn. I don't know why that sound, but that's the one I
don't
clicked
know
on.
either. I
Yeah,
like it.
let's just go with it.
When I was like 18 and 19, I worked at this return center for Walmart that received like CDs and books and VHS and DVDs, and we stripped them and repackaged them and sent them back to stores.
Did they sell hentai at this Walmart?
Just wait. So there was one area of the warehouse that they received stuff that shouldn't have gone to Walmart in the first place, like stuff that needs to be sent back to the manufacturer. And one of them was this VHS of an anime. And I was like, sometimes we would get to take stuff home, like if we, had good attendance or our numbers were good in our department and stuff like that. That's how I got this George Carlin VHS set, which was awesome.
Oh.
But so I decided I wanted this anime that I found, this VHS. And so I took it home and was watching it. It was late at night. I didn't know anything about hentai or like the dirtiest anime I'd ever seen was Wicked City.
Oh, that's hentai basically.
Yeah. This was a million times worse. It was like these goblins or demons that were all green. They had all these tentacles and were like,
sounds about right,
basically fucking these girls with their tentacles, and it would show
Hard.
it like all up in the camera.
Ooh,
just
yes.
insertion. And
That's
it was
what I'm-
apparently a series, so it had like multiple episodes. I didn't finish the first episode. I was like, I turned it off and I never watched it again. And then my drummer friend was into anime too. And I was like, oh, you're into anime, you'll love this. You should watch this. And he borrowed it and never gave it back. So I was afraid of what he did with it.
Oh, he's probably still have it and having a good time with it. You know, it was fantastic. And this is for the listeners who are not here on our Twitch, but it's interesting that the chat room happened to know hentai by titles. We got, I remember Night Shift Nurses or La Blue Girl. And of course, everybody knows Boku no Pico. Everybody knows that. Bible Black. See?
Yes.
There were a bunch of hentai players over here. You guys had, I can tell you a hentai experience I had, and it was at our first a convention, and it was a real small anime one. And the hotel rooms would have they'll have just hotel rooms that just play stuff like all night into late night. You could just be there chilling, whatever, watching shit. And one room was playing hentai. So we were like, what? Let's go into this room just to see how it is. And we walk in there, and yep, there's hentai playing on the TV. There's some people sitting around scattered. And then we sit down and we're here and we're like, yeah, this is kind of weird, yo. It felt like if you go to a porn theater, you know? And also, how do you just...
We don't even have stuff like that here.
Yeah, that doesn't exist. I mean, that was like a 70s kind of stuff. I don't think there's still
Yeah.
a porn theater or whatever. I mean, there's places that you could go and have like a little like room to yourself and watch
But
stuff.
that's where Pee Wee Herman, what's his name? Paul
Rubens.
Paul Rubin got caught in the
Mhm.
90s after his show got canceled.
Mhm.
Got caught jacking it in one of those porn theaters, and like a lot of people shit on him for it, but it was like, what else are you supposed to do there?
Exactly. What do you do? What like, we're gonna sit around. I'm pretty sure that they're scattered everywhere, and you know, you're doing your business. Like the fuck, you know what? Those porn theaters should have like little cubicles, you know,
Yeah.
and that way you're just doing your business. You're good and shit like that. But what were a bunch of first of all, what were a bunch of cops going into a porn theater for in the first place? Like, what were you expecting? You know, what were you expecting? And if Paul Rubens wants to nut, let the motherfucker nut. Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman has all the fucking right to bust a nut. Give Pee Wee all the ladies, goddammit. That man deserve to bust his nut. All right? Shame on you for trying to degrade Paul Rubens and Pee Wee Herman.
That was a big deal when that happened. Like, a lot of people freaked out and were like, I'm never watching this show again and blah, blah, blah. And then, years later, like only like 10 or years ago from now, he did the Pee Wee Herman show live on Broadway, and like all these people came back and were loving him again. And then from that, he was able to do another movie.
I mean,
So
it was basically all the kids that grew up with him.
yeah,
Like, yeah, we love you. There was support back then. I remember the news, and I remember those people supporting him still. Like, he's just fucking busting his nut. What the hell? But yeah, there was this big like stupid backlash for him for a little bit, but he still
yeah.
did well. He went on to do stuff. He just didn't continue Pee Wee Herman. That's all it was.
And he did
But
some great movies. Like he was in Batman Returns and what was the one with Ben Stiller where they're like wanted to be superheroes?
the Mystery Man, that's a
Mystery
gem right
Man.
there.
That's my shit.
And I didn't even know he was one of the voices of those kids in A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No idea. Had no
That's
idea he was
awesome.
one of the voices. What? Okay, Brolyfish said over here, there was a random video online where a guy did a drive-by and nut. What?
He did what?
Did he
What kind
like
of timing is that?
did he like was he like sticking it out the window and just like and how do you aim it perfectly? Like, you gotta reach that point. It's like, all right, I see the motherfucker right there. All right, hold up, pull up real slow, real slow. I'm about to get there. All right, real fast. Hurry up. I'm coming. Ooh.
The Skittles commercial. That's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Then what do you say after you do that? Take this, motherfucker. Yeah, take my nut on you. That's like, yo, that was cool as hell, wasn't it? Nah, man, that was kind of fucked up. Yeah, that motherfucker's gonna remember me now.
Remember the guy from Silence of the Lambs that was in the sale next to Hannibal Lecter, and he's jerking it, and he fucking Spider-Man flings it into Clarice Starling's face,
Ooh.
and then like Hannibal Lecter makes him kill himself.
Because Hannibal Lecter is a man of, he's a gentleman. He wouldn't do such a
Yes,
thing.
he would
He'll
find
just
it rude.
he'll just eat you with some fava beans. That was my best attempt at that.
That was good.
Thank you. I tried.
Speaking of, there was like a video that came out like a day or two ago, and it looked like it was like a compilation from an interview or a podcast.
Uh-huh.
And it was this lady talking about how many times a day she makes her man come. And it was like over the littlest things, like,
Oh, I think I've seen this. She's like, before work, I make him come.
yep,
When he come back from work, I make him
nut.
come. I go
She
see him
says
at
nut.
lunch and make him come.
She's
I'm
like,
like,
I make my man nut 27 times a day. I roll it up like a toothpaste.
honey, it's like, like, take a
She's like,
break.
she was like, I want his nuts looking like raisins. I was like, Jesus Christ.
There's a limit sometimes, It's like, damn, I can't anymore. What the fuck? This reminds me of one of the sketches and the new Beavis and Butthead season where they're looking at a video and there's this guy and it's a fucking MTV show. I don't know what the fuck it is. And he's talking to the girl and she's like, well, why you ghosted me? I think it was called Ghosted. And he's
Yeah.
all like, because you always want to have sex. You always want to fuck, you always want to have sex. And then Beavis gets real pissed off, like, like we can't
Oh,
even
yeah.
get any. And he's over there and, I was dying laughing.
He did that to a Weezer video for the song Tired of Sex. And Beavis goes off on this tirade about, fuck that guy. I never have sex. He has it all the time and he's tired of it.
Yeah. And I was like, Beavis, you right. But, like I said, sometimes you just gotta, like, baby, I just want to watch a movie with you, like.
Did you ever watch that show Undergrads? I think it was on, it was either on MTV or Comedy Central back in the day. It was a cartoon.
I don't think so.
there is this character on there. He was like this nice guy that was friends with everybody that was like constantly having sex. And they're doing something, and the other guys are talking about God having sex and blah blah blah, how this long and blah blah blah. And the super nice guy, he was like, sometimes I have sex and air comes out, because
The fuck?
he has nothing left to like shoot.
Well, just
Just dust.
it's like in the Smooth Criminal video where he just breaks that shit and just. If that happens, men, if you bust a nut and nothing but dust come out, go see a doctor immediately. I don't think that's supposed to happen. And all my years of nutting, never has dust came out. So if yours does, see an adult who's a doctor. Yes, see an adult doctor. Don't go see a kid doctor. No fucking Doogie Howser.
Oh, please God.
Or the new Doogie Howser. You know they got some new Doogie Howsers, like a girl in Hawaii or something like that now.
Of course.
Yeah, it's something like that. So go see a doctor and try to find out. Oh, speaking of TV show, when we talked about Journey earlier, there's a TV show of Journey now. A Journey to the Center of the Earth on Disney Plus.
Is there really?
Yeah. It's brand new.
Wow.
I just found out about it too, and I was like, oh shit.
Did you ever see the original movie of that?
I think I've seen the Brendan Fraser one, but I don't remember anything, and I never seen the one with The Rock.
No, the original.
Oh, like the original, like
Yeah, the old school one, where it's like noticeably props and sets and stuff that look like caves.
I've seen things, but I don't think I've seen I maybe seen clips and whatnot of it, but I don't think I've seen
It's really good. Like I don't like a lot of old movies because just the atmosphere is weird, but that's a good one.
Sorry, this guy Broly Fist said, that's because my nut got Thanos snapped. So he didn't disappear. His babies disappeared once they came into the world. Or maybe he nutted under a very, very, very cold temperature, and once it hit the atmosphere, it just turned to dust, like when you do water. Shit.
Jerking off in space.
Jerking off in space. Welcome to the Machine Room Podcast, where we talk about nutting, jerking off in space, and how you nut so much it turns to dust.
Wouldn't it be called dusting?
Dusting. Dusting. Space cum.
Space dust.
Space cum is what this episode's going to be called now. Thank you, Broly.
Oh my God, yes.
Everybody get up. It's time to come now. Welcome to the Space Cum. It's your chance.
Manny says, girl, I'm finna dust. That's amazing. That has to be a new hashtag or a shirt or something.
I'm dusting. Ooh. I'm sorry. That commercial always gets me. I'm coming. Ooh.
Ooh.
Men, don't do that when you're actually getting busy, because I'm pretty sure that'll get her out of the mood.
I want to tell a story, but I'm not going to say any names because I want it to remain anonymous.
Call everybody by characters from Supernatural.
I never really watched that.
All right, so we got I know some characters. James, Dean, right? I don't know characters. All right, call them all characters from Seinfeld, I guess.
Oh, okay, I know that. I'll just number them, dude 1 and dude 2.
Oh shit, the dudes.
I worked with this dude, and
wait. Is it dude 1 or dude 2? You got it.
This is dude 1.
Okay.
It's the only dude, so okay. It's just dude.
Okay, it's just dude, the dude.
We worked at Best Buy together, and at Best Buy they'll have reps of different companies, they'll have an Apple rep and a Google rep now, and like cell phone reps and computer reps and stuff like that. So we had an AT&T rep that would sign people up for like fast internet and cell phones and stuff like that. She's this really cute girl. And
Usually are.
so dude won, and the AT&T girl hooked up.
Oh.
And yeah, so instead of being like, oh yeah, I hooked up with this girl, we had a great time, he was like, no, I fucking nutted on her face and she liked it. And to this day, I can't look at that girl the same. I just think she's sticky.
That'll do it. That'll do it. That would do it. Great guy, by the way. Great guy to tell you all that stuff. But don't worry, I feel the same
Yeah.
way because at work I know of someone who banged someone apparently, and now I don't look at that someone the same way again.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. I'm like, ew, you let him do that to you. That's nasty.
Oh, Danny's here. What's up?
Danny! Welcome to the Machine Room Podcast. What? There should be a promo with the Sprint guy and the AT&T chick. Can you come now? Good.
Oh my god. Just put the Skittles guy with an AT&T chick. Oh, that's fucked up. I like her. I'm not gonna say the rest of that.
Well, when you said AT&T chick, that was the only chick I had in my head, and it's you know, it's sad that she got. Well, look, I'm
She's
not a
still-
girl, so
she's
I don't
still
know,
doing
but I
commercials.
know that girls don't, women don't want to be objectified and only objectified. She was hot. What can you say?
She's
But
insanely hot.
yeah,
And for some reason, like as she gets older, her boobs get bigger. So a lot of people were like basically like begging her to go topless and stuff and online, and she really got fed up with it. So now when you see her in commercials, she's always behind something like a desk or a table.
she was blessed with some tig-o bitties, man. What can you do about it? If I was a celebrity and I had a big ass bulge and they were just like, whip that shit out, I'm gonna be like, bet. And charge y'all like $30 on OnlyNAS.
There you go. Only
Only place you'll see my big ass schlong.
I want to know.
But yeah, guys shouldn't go out there and be, I wouldn't know. Guys shouldn't go out there and be like, hey man, show me your tits.
No,
not how
that's
you-
fucked up.
That's not how you do it. We keep that to ourselves in our heads. Like, ooh, I would love to look at them big ass titties. But no, we don't say that out loud. Don't you people know how to be gentlemen?
I don't.
You know? It's like when you go to the convention, there's everybody dressing provocative, but you're not just going to go out there and be like, what up, bitch? Like, be a gentleman, Play your cards right, and maybe you'll get lucky and you can see some tiggle bitties,
Like anybody that cosplays as Power Girl, like they just get hounded.
Bro. Oh, did I tell you about the last time when? No, probably not. I don't know because I tell this conversation. I've said this to other people, so I don't know if I mentioned it here. But when we went to the convention recently, Rocio pointed out, she was like, Jesus Christ, are those real? And I look, and it's just like, I guess she was a cosplayer or something. And she's on her table, right? But she's like, hold on, let me try to get this. She's like,
He's gonna
kneeled
fall.
over, hands on the desk, kneeled over. Let me try to get this in the camera and like squishing, like arms in, squishing them just like, And they had a t-shirt that just showed like cleavage, just like this, talking to
It's the rack.
her rack was just all out there, and she had hips and ass and all that. And she was talking to two geeky guys, of course, and you know what the fuck they're looking at, and you know what the hell she's doing. So she put it, and then when she put it out, I was like, "Oh, this weird." And I just look, and it's just bazongas, like anime bazongas, like they were like, as she's talking.
Wow.
And I start laughing at the fact that those guys are there, like, yeah, 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 and I'm like, I know what's going on here. She's selling herself here, and they're all there, like, but they know what they're looking at. And I can imagine, like, for them just to stay focused, and not look down there. If anybody, look, I love a movie called Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. There's this part in which the father says, Flint, look me in the eyes and tell me, that nothing will go wrong. And Flint has to say this, and he's trying to look him in the eye, and the eyes are just going everywhere. He's just, that's how I imagine these guys were when they were talking to her,
Oh,
like
for sure.
trying to keep their eyes up here and not look down there, because them bad boys were out, and she know what she was doing. She know they were
Oh, of
looking.
course.
She knows.
There was a huge thing, like, we're here on Twitch, and there's a lot of what they call e-girls. And so they basically sit around with lots of expensive equipment and lights and very provocative outfits and makeup, and they don't do anything. They just sit there, and sometimes they'll talk or ask questions, but they just sit there and basically get money for their bodies and what they look like. Like, that's if you're able to do that, that's fine. But like nowadays, guys are doing that as like a commentary or like a revenge. And so you have what's called femboys or like fake e-girls, and it's really funny.
Look, I remember we had a conversation with this back then, and it's a very touchy subject, because if we go and complain about the female Twitch streamers who are out there in bikinis or having their cleavage out or just on a pool or just like, I'll put your name on my arm if you donate this much and blah, 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 then we're being assholes. And there's men who defend the shit out of these women. You know what? The truth is, they do what they do. The thing that bugs us is that it's an easy do what they do kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
like,
an easy sell.
Yeah, like it's true. Sex sells. All right,
Yeah.
Sex freaking sells.
Just like OnlyFans.
Yeah. Like, there's a big market with a whole sex workers right now is just like blam, and there's all these sites where people, and I've followed cosplayers who turn into porn stars.
Yep.
And they're making mad money, and they're just that this is their life. All right.
I followed a couple of like Instagram models, and they started OnlyFans, and now they're like taking trips to Greece and Europe and shit. And we do this show for 4 years, and I'm on food stamps.
It's just, you gotta suck some dick on camera. That's all it is. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. You're like, hey guys, and then blam, you're getting all the fucking money, and then you can go to Greece too. Some people are like, if I had tits, yes, Broly and Manny. If I had tits, then yeah, I could make my way around here. And I said it too. If I was a female, I would have jumped on that shit. No fucking regrets, yo. I would have been out there like, hey boys. And the thing is that there's women who make money that they're not doing porn on there. They're just dressing very provocative, bikini, just lingerie, whatnot. But 100% of the time, they go into pornography.
It's crazy. It's like a weird
into it.
It's like a weird like rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm. Because that's where the money's at.
You're pretty on camera, cool. Show us your tits.
Yeah,
here's some money.
You know what? And it's also at least there's one thing I do like and appreciate this, because there are some women who are like, most men will be, oh, you're disgusting, you're a fat pig, whatever. But there's these ladies who are out there and who just like throwing themselves out there and feeling beautiful and powerful and whatnot. And to that, I freaking salute you, because you should feel that way, you should feel that freaking way. But I don't know, there's no but. Get your money. Get your money. Go out there and do what you gotta do. At least you're not sucking dick for coke.
yeah. There's a plus size model that I follow on Twitter, and like what she's doing for body positivity and stuff like that. It's just awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's like, there's people who still just do body positivity,
Yeah.
but for the most part, there's people who go to the porn route, and then there's people who make the porn like very artistic. Um,
Sexy porn.
yeah, I mean, it's all like I said, like it's all on you. Do you? But you see how we're categorizing? There's that area over there for that.
Yeah.
I feel like Twitch over here or any other place that does streaming, this is not for that because first of all, number one, nobody wants to be teased. All right,
No.
okay. Number two, don't act like it ain't it's not what it is because that's what bothers me too. It's like, well, how you talking shit? About the way I dress or whatever. Because honey, you're out there in a bikini or in a bra or only, and
Yeah.
you're doing whatever. Or if you're doing ASMR, and it's like I see what you're doing with your tongue, girl. Like, don't act like it's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It always reminds me of that girl from Idiocracy, the prostitute that charged the guy for waiting. Like
we're there.
lots of money just to wait to
We are
maybe have
there.
sex.
We are there. We are definitely there. We are at the
It's the
point.
same thing.
It's gonna I wouldn't be surprised that fucking sex worker becomes an official like business that prostitution becomes like just legal. You know what I'm saying?
It should be. Like it's like they always say it's the oldest profession. If it's regulated and done properly in places like Nevada, they do really well and they get AIDS tests and they get certifications and take classes to do stuff and like they do amazingly well.
So I'm throwing my hat into this new profession. Be the first male fucking prostitute. No, I'm just kidding.
We have
Taking
stuff to
advantage.
talk about. We're not just ranting.
We are just ranting. I'm sorry. You started it off. I don't even know how we
That's
got
how
to
we
the
do.
fucking.
I don't know. That's just what we do here.
I don't know how we got to the females or whatever stuff like that. But again, I don't want people coming and attacking us. This is just our opinion. If that's what you do and that's what you like to see, then hey, that's all you. I much rather watch a female gamer who is just like your normal like girl next door kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I
The girl
respect you
from
more.
Stranger Things season 4,
Uh huh.
the cheerleader that dies. Well, not to spoil shit, but
I think everybody knows she did.
okay. Anyways, like she got harassed by some like Hollywood people, and now she just does Twitch, and she has a really good channel, and she's really fun to be around, and does the voices and character. It's really fun.
Hey, former porn stars are now just twitching after they lost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Sasha Grey and some other chick. I forgot what her name is, and that's what they do. But it's weird for me because it's like seeing you suck dick. But that's it's just awkward. But it's fucking fantastic. What happened to her though? I didn't know that she got like the Stranger Thing girl. Like I didn't know she got harassed or
Like
something.
some producer or something was trying to have sex with her or get her to show her like her body or something, and she's not about that and got really uncomfortable. And I don't know if she's quit acting for good, but she's definitely taking a break and she streams like quite a bit.
That is that's messed up because that's a thing that's happened in Hollywood and it continues to happen in Hollywood and it happens to a lot of people and there's people that go out there and talk about it but nothing is done and then they get blacklisted and
Hmm.
that's why I kind of like I'm glad that I never got to such heights and been part of Hollywood. Uh it's just it's weird, you know? Like I feel like you got to be really, really careful, especially if you're a woman. But
Up-
also, men get freaking sexually harassed or assaulted as well in Hollywood.
And a lot of people don't know this, but it's coming out more and more that the reason why you didn't see Brandon Fraser for a long time is because basically a producer tried to like finger bang him, and like he just felt awful and terrible, and basically went into hiding and bought a ranch with horses and stuff and just did his own thing for a while.
Jeez. I mean, I
This is
knew that
this is the girl. I don't know if you
blue,
can see that.
blue.
Belay or File or I don't know. But that's the girl from Stranger Things and her Twitch channel. She's really awesome.
It was
But she
Stacy,
played
right? Wasn't her name Stacy? Stacy, wake up, or something like that.
yeah.
I don't like it. Chrissy.
Chrissy, that's it.
Yeah, Chrissy, wake up. That was a banger when that happened. Well, at least she's doing
That's
that. You know,
her.
cause this is time. Like times are different. Like there's a lot of people, especially when it comes to like wrestlers, and they're not making any money, or whatever, and they're twitching
Yeah.
and they're making a profit off of this. You know, I see like I'm seeing one right now I follow. He's freaking twitching. He only got 14 people though. Ooh, but he's still
What's
making money.
what's the guy that did the voice of Darth Maul in the animated series?
Sam Witwer. He
Yeah.
twitches too. Yeah.
I watch his Twitch sometimes, and he's really funny and like
Mm-hmm.
fun to watch. And he does that when he's not, doing shows and movies.
Cause it's streaming is a new way of like interacting with people, and it's always
Mhm.
fun. That's why I always enjoyed streaming, like since back then. It's just fun to do that.
And
Now it's
Danny,
different because you can actually make like a profit off of it.
yeah. Danny was texting me the other day about Dane Cook is streaming on Twitch now and like giving away tickets to his shows and stuff. I was like, that's really cool.
Oh shit, that is cool. Hey guys, and then he walks. Does he walk back and forth on the stream?
Probably.
You know. I'll always remember Ike Barinholtz and Matt TV making fun of Dane Cook, and it was like perfect. He would just
That's what
walk
he
back and
does.
forth. Oh man, I wasn't a big fan of his stand-up, but I did love his movies.
I loved him at first. Like he first came out with that little 30-minute Comedy Central show,
Mm-hmm.
and I downloaded that on my computer and watched it over and over. And then I liked his movies, like ever since Waiting and Employee of the Month, and that was filmed here in New Mexico.
That's the one right there. Employee of the Month
Yeah,
is the shit.
that movie's great. And then like he was putting out comedy CDs and stuff like that, and I just kind of like ran out of steam for him.
Didn't he get blacklisted for a while too? I think there was a moment where they said he was stealing jokes, but I don't think
Yeah,
he got
from Louis
too.
C.K.
Yeah, I don't think he got too affected. Um, I think
He sells out stadiums and shit. Like he's doing okay. Like,
yeah,
he's not broke.
I think he mostly like had a long break because his brother screwed him over with money.
Oh yeah, his brother stole from him literally like hands over fist and was hiding his money in his brother's walls.
Mm-hmm.
And he took like millions of dollars. And then on top of that, Dane Cook's parents died back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the joke thief thing came out and people wouldn't hire him, and like he really had a down point. And like I don't know what he did to his face, but he just looks really weird now too. Like I don't know if he's had plastic surgery or something, or if that's just what he looks like with no facial hair, but he just looks weird.
He looks bloated.
Yeah, he looks bloated.
He looks bloated as shit. Like that's
Like
not Dane Cook. What?
what's his name in Boondocks 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
like his face is really
weird.
fat for that whole movie.
It was weird. He talked about why that happened. He looks great now.
Yeah,
Like they should fucking make this third one. He looks fantastic, and he
yeah,
could probably no, he can probably he could beat our ass. You know that?
yeah, for sure.
Like he could be he trained in BJJ.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, not like blowjob um Justice or whatever the fuck the other J
I
stands for.
like it.
He trained in it and still does that for like exercise or whatever, still training. So this motherfucker can kick our asses.
Burly Fist says blowjob jujitsu.
Blowjob. That's the one right there. That's what
That's
BJJ stands
amazing.
for.
Well,
I'm pro.
his co-star and Boondocks, Norman Reedus, is being eyed to play Ghost Rider in the MCU.
If he could get away from fucking Walking Dead already.
I thought like his character was done.
I mean, I didn't watch the finale. I didn't hear anything that his character died, but they're all like, I heard that there's a spinoff with his character, so I don't think he's done. The Walking Dead is not dead yet. They already showed a movie. They already showed a movie that involves like Negan and Martha, I think her name is. So that's a AMC special movie of Walking Dead already there, and then they got other shit. Like it's not dead. It's continuing. Get that money is what they're saying. You know?
I quit after they killed the tiger off and the king walked off all emo. I was like, I can't stand this anymore.
Yeah. Doing that weekly was exhausting. If they really want to make money, they should just do a Walking Dead OnlyFans.
Yeah.
That's where the money's at, everybody. Everybody get an OnlyFans. What else? We making the Machine Room podcast OnlyFans. It's crazy because that site was used as like a Patreon kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's the sex
you can
workers.
do anything you want on there.
Yeah. The sex workers made it into what it is. So even if you wanted to be like, hey, here's an OnlyFans for my artwork or something.
Machine.
Yeah. Only machine. All we use are machines. That's me in the video. Funny. Like, all right, guys, thank you for coming to this Only machine. I'm going to try this one up my booty.
What's that? Pornhub. There was a lot of people that their stuff kept getting banned or deleted or whatever from YouTube. And so a lot of YouTubers went to Pornhub just so they could have freedom of speech and music and clips and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember a time period when people told us, hey, put your stuff on Pornhub. And I'm like, no. Like, hey, here's my Juggernaut bitch video. You can only find it on Pornhub, though.
That would be hilarious, actually.
That's when we do the Juggernaut bitch porn parody. That's when we put that shit on Pornhub. That's when you see Randy, like, whipping it out on motherfucker.
Oh, God.
Let me hit him up right now. Hey, man, you want to do a porn parody? You ready to fuck?
Whip your dick out.
You ready to whip your dick out?
So, last week, we tried to start it where the episode's called Rapid Fire. And what we were going to do was go through a bunch of topics that have come up recently. And we just haven't had time to talk about them because they, shit happens every day. And we only stream once a week, if that. So
that's right.
We had a short show last week, so I guess I already started. I already did a couple of them, but let's just blow through these.
Let's blow through them like they do in OnlyNaz. I mean, OnlyFans.
Yes.
But maybe OnlyNaz. I don't know. Would it get money?
You need to have a sound effect of the guy coming Skittles.
Oh. Ooh. Gotta have his face. We're gonna take his face. He looks funny.
Every time we get a new follower, it should come up on the screen.
Oh. I love it. He just pops up. Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, so I think this came out today, but there's a Gremlins prequel series that's animated that's going to come out.
I was excited, and they said animated, and my excitement was like still up there, but I'd rather have been live action.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And they've been teasing a third movie forever, and the best that we got out of it was like a Mountain Dew commercial.
Yeah, I mean, but how can you top Gremlins 2, though?
That's true. There was
How
a whole Key and Peele skit about it.
how can you? And if you trust me, go on YouTube and find that Key and Peele Gremlins 2. It's fucking hilarious. But there,
And
I don't think there's a way you can top Gremlins 2 is like Terminator 2. You know, you can't top it.
like it's so hard to watch the original Gremlins because all I want to do is turn it off and watch Gremlins 2. I'm like, this
Yeah,
is the better movie. It's amazing. It has all these great characters and different kinds of gremlins. And
yeah,
fucking Gizmo goes Rambo. Like, I just fucking love every minute of it.
yeah. It's just like I could definitely just watch. For the most part, that's all I've seen was Gremlins 2. I didn't remember
Yeah.
Gremlins at all. Just
The
Gremlins 2
original
was everything.
the original is honestly boring to me. Except the end when they kill like the last gremlin. But
Yeah.
like Gremlins 2 just changed the game. Alright, so then we have um the girl from what's the show? The one with Pedro Pascal. The Last of Us. So his
The one that plays Ellie.
his co-star is complaining that she got paid like way significantly less than Pedro Pascal. And everybody's beef is like, well, he's fucking Pedro Pascal. Like you're a
Yeah.
nobody that nobody's heard of or seen before. You're gonna have to go up the ranks.
Yeah. Like
Pedro Pascal's been doing it for a long time.
she has clout because of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That's it. Pedro Pascal is Pedro Pascal. He earned that wage and she killed it in that show. Yes. She want now this is where it comes in though. In the next season, if she doesn't get a huge bump,
Yeah.
then yeah. Then you
It's like
got
if you
yeah.
have a successful show and you get greenlit to do, a sequel or another season or whatever, then yeah, you should definitely fucking get paid more.
Mm-hmm. So she can dispute about her wages
Yeah.
in the next season. All right, then you
When,
got something. But this
when,
first
when you
season,
when you sign that contract for season 2, you better fucking negotiate like a pay raise.
yeah, and she should because she basically is like the main character, so she should.
Yeah,
You
she
know?
should. But like if you go back and look at like Jonah Hill for an example, he was in a lot of stuff when he was first coming out, but he didn't get paid like shit. You basically get paid like movie minimum wage, which and like a balloon payment is a lot for like
Mm-hmm.
normal people, but if you live in LA, that money is gonna go fast.
Quick.
But yeah, you gotta work your way up.
You think I made buku dollars at my job on day one?
Mm-mm.
No. You gotta keep working. Make that money, little girl. You'll get it. She'll get that money.
She'll get it.
She'll get it. Just chill. It's Pedro Pascal. What the fuck you want? It's like Pedro Pascal being in the Nicolas Cage movie and be like, "Hey, Nicolas Cage got paid more than me. What the fuck?" It's like,
He's fucking Nick Cage.
you
Or
know?
you have to play the audio. Nick fucking
Yeah. Exactly.
Woo Cage.
Know your place. She'll be fine.
Um, there's evidently a new Batman Beyond series coming out this summer.
What?
Yeah,
Will it still have the banger though?
I hope so. That fucking theme song is amazing.
Hell yeah. I would play, but YouTube be a bitch.
Steady bitch. We get flagged a lot for stupid shit.
Stupid shit.
But yeah, the original series is great. I was really like against it at first because I didn't know about it. I didn't ever read anything about Terry McGinnis and all that. But then when you get into the show and it's actually not even a spinoff, it's like a sequel to Batman the Animated Series because it has the same Batman and Bruce Wayne. Rest in peace.
See, how would it make the show if he passed away?
That's what I want to know. Like, are they going to use somebody else's voice from the DC movies or the DC animated verse?
I don't know. That was kind of hard to sell, but regardless, very exciting.
I
Better
like the
Beyond
guy
when
that did the guy that did the voice of Batman in the Red Hood movie.
mm-hmm,
The guy that played Captain Pike in the Star Trek remake.
mm-hmm.
He's really good. Like I could see him coming back.
Yeah, you get voices. Mark Hamill's not gonna do it though because he said that
No.
he's not gonna do it without Kevin Conroy, which is
No.
fine. You know, I'm down with that.
And the lady that does Harley Quinn says she won't do it if Mark Hamill won't do it. So
Well
like
then,
that whole trinity is just gone.
fuck it. It was a great run.
Yes, and we got some good, like the best video games ever made as well.
Exactly. So I can do the Joker or Batman. You could do Harley
Yes.
or the Joker. You know, whatever. Just give me an opportunity. But
They
I'll give
should
you.
get
I'll only give you like Christian Bale Batman. It's not
the
who I am, but what I do.
the one that has asthma apparently.
Yep.
They should get the guy that plays Art the Clown in the Terrifier movies.
There you go.
David something, like that's been his dream job. And if you go to his YouTube page, he has videos that he made of himself as the Joker, and they're amazing.
Well, there you go. See, he has auditions already. I have not.
Yes.
I don't even know how to do a Joker laugh.
Speaking of animated series, there's a Stranger Things animated series coming out.
I saw that. I saw that announced.
Is it supposed to be like a prequel or like in between the seasons? Like they haven't really said.
I don't know. All I know is that Millie Bobby Brown is only 19 and she's engaged. Girl.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you ever get married that young, it's like 99.99% you're going to get divorced.
Girl. Number one, you broke Drake's heart. Number two, you too damn young. But number
Too
three
damn young.
is Bon Jovi's son, so at least, you got some security there.
Oh, yeah.
At least you got some security there.
Because he's living on a prayer. Thank you.
She's here all night, guys.
Or the Seinfeld episode, and you talk about if you get a good joke and everyone laughs, like just leave on that note. It's like, thank you, that's it for me. All right, have a good night.
Exactly.
What else we got? Here's one. The director's Star Wars movie is going to have to. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. The Akira live action movie is apparently moving forward with. I can never say his name. Taiki Waititi.
Taika Waititi?
Taiki Waititi. Yeah, him. What did I
Kitty.
say?
With the kitty. Tiny little kitty with him. Look, I'll believe it when I see it, all right? Akira has been something that's been mentioned since like before the millennium started, and it was tied to like Leonardo DiCaprio and so many other people.
Keanu Reeves was supposed to be in it at one point.
Yeah, like when it happens, it'll happen. And I'm sure when it happens, no one's gonna like it. So you gotta deal with that.
Look what they did to fucking Cowboy Bebop. We had this amazing series. It was so true to the original, and they canceled it in after a month.
No one's gonna like it. And then we'll discuss it like 10, 15 years later. And it'll be like fucking a cult classic or whatever, kind of like how the Super Mario Brother movie is now being mentioned after the new Super Mario Brother movie.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a lot of people who's like, I love this movie for what it is. And there's of course the people who's like, ooh, it's so bad. But you see where I'm getting at, like things are noticed now than they were before. Say like the Star Wars prequels. But that's mostly because those kids who watch the Star Wars prequels, they're adults now. And they fucking realize how great that shit was.
Ever since James Gunn took over DC and people are wanting the return of the Snyderverse, people that shit originally on the Snyderverse movies are going back and rewatching them And they're like, wow, these are actually really good. What were we complaining about? I was like, exactly. That's what we've been saying since fucking day one.
They should have known. They should have known, but they were stupid. They
Now
were
it's too late.
idiots. Or is it? Because, there's still this whole theory about Netflix and Snyderverse, so we'll see.
It's in talks.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that's coming out is a Minecraft movie starring Jason Momoa in
Yeah.
April of 2025.
Yep.
I love Jason Momoa, but I don't know about Minecraft.
Minecraft has a big fan base, and it's
They
not just
do.
kids, like
And there's people that
adults,
make money just playing Minecraft.
just and building like
Yeah.
crazy shit in Minecraft.
They've
I
built like replications of like real buildings and places and stuff.
Mhm. And then fuck it all up.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be pissed. Like I'll be pissed. I only dabbled in Minecraft like a little bit with my girl. I had some fun, but it's nothing that I was like, oh my god, like crazy. Now this movie, depending how it is, most likely I'll see it. So I'm down for whatever. Jason Momoa likes to have fun in his movies, and you can see it. If you ever take a time, watch Slumberland on Netflix with Jason
Oh
Momoa.
yeah.
It's actually a really good movie and really fun.
I could see the Minecraft movie being something like the
The Lego
live
movie?
action, no, like the live action Masters of the Universe, how it was like a dimensional portal that like brought him to that reality.
There's another movie right there that, was shitted on back then, but it's like appreciated now. It's
What,
not
Masters
good.
of the Universe? It's not
Yeah,
good, but
it's not
it's
good.
what we got back then.
Yeah, it's not good, but it's something that I could watch and be like, that's fun. you know?
I always preferred Thundercats, and there's never been a live action Thundercats.
Nope. And that was also some big rumor since I was a kid.
But if it would be anything like the Cats movie with Idris Elba, I don't want to watch it.
uh,
Anybody
you
that
know it
knows me
is.
knows that I'm like deathly afraid of furries, and that movie just scared the shit out of me.
I still haven't watched
Don't.
it. Oh, I will one day though.
Even the dress is in it, and he was like, "I don't like this movie."
The dress is like, that's not me. That's deep fake.
Burly Fist says Channing Tatum as Lionel. I'd watch that. That'd be good.
I remember when it was like, rumored and everything like that, and no, it was a video, and they did this fan video, and they had like Brad Pitt as Lionel.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, it should look legit. It was fun.
It did.
Yeah.
They could use what's his name? Zach
Efron.
Efron, yeah. Because like he had an accident and broke his face or his jaw,
He does
and
look
so
different.
his jaws like it like swole real big and stayed like that. And people think he had plastic surgery. He's like, no, I fell and hurt myself and almost died. But he looks crazy, like, because he was a child actor too. Like he came up, all the way till now, and like, you get used to somebody's face, and now it's just like, what the fuck?
The same thing happened to shit, man. I forget people's names. Come on, help me out here. He was a pretty boy, and then he was just like, what the fuck happened?
There's so many.
Ram Jam.
Oh, fucking Mickey Rourke.
There you go. Mickey Rourke was a fucking pretty boy, and
Yeah,
then his face was like
if you watch like Angel Heart or
Rumblefish.
Rumblefish, or was it 9 months later whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he disappeared for a while. He was doing boxing and fucked up his face, and then went to get it fixed with plastic surgery, and the doctor fucked up his face even more. And so, like, in an interview, they'll ask him about it, and he said, I just went to the wrong guy.
And then he was like, I want my boy.
My bird.
Want my boy.
Here's a good one. Lethal 5 is apparently actually happening.
It's true. They're a little bit too old for this shit, though.
They're old. Like, what did those movies originally come out in like the late 80s? And they were saying I'm too old for this shit. It's like almost 40 years later, and they're gonna do a fifth movie.
Exactly. And Lethal Weapon 4, they were too old for this shit. All right? And now they're just way too, especially Danny Glover. Like, Mel
Yeah.
Gibson looked like he could still kind of move, but Danny Glover looked like he can't. You can't do this to the Glover, man. Like,
What's the movie gonna be? Like Danny Glover in a wheelchair and Mel Gibson pushing him around?
yeah. And you know, all these movies that go to those kind of movies are like legacy films, you know?
Yeah.
So someone's gonna die. My vote is Danny Glover. Not just because he's older, but also because he's black. And in Hollywood, if you're black, you're the first one to go.
Especially in horror movies, you're gonna die first.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a fact.
That is a fact, Jack.
It's
And also,
not
is
a
Chris
good
Rock gonna
thing.
be in this movie? Because remember, he was in Lethal Weapon 4.
He was.
He's married to the family. He's gonna go.
That's
What's gonna happen?
right.
What's gonna happen here?
Yeah, and Joe Pesci better be in it too.
It's not Lethal Weapon without Joe Pesci. Okay.
That's my guy.
He gave us the no, not the Temptation. He gave us the 4 seasons.
This is an old one, but this is like a twofer. So this is about
Twofer.
an interview or an article about HBO Max, which recently, I think just yesterday, came out and said they're just going to be called Max now.
Spirit.
So yeah, there's that. But HBO Max is rebooting or preparing to reboot Harry Potter as a TV series.
All right. Here we go into a long conversation about this. One.
Get some popcorn.
All right. One. Nobody asked for this. Not a single soul asked for this. Okay? All right. Those movies are very special to the whole Harry Potter community. Those actors are iconic as those people. Are they 100% to the book? From what I heard, and I know because I like read the first one at least and saw the first movie. Yes, they leave stuff out.
Of course.
Of course. But it's all there. You know what I'm saying? So these are good as is. It has been a long time since the Harry Potter movies finished.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's grown up and whatever stuff like that. This stuff happens though, remakes and new iterations of stuff like that. So it's always hard to accept something like that because these things are ingrained into you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to see another Batman after experience a great Batman and like Michael Keaton. You know what I'm saying? Bless you.
Thank you.
And vice versa with Superman and whatnot. And so
those are more like continuations or, than like a remake. Like Man of Steel was obviously like a remake of Superman 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Because it had, a lot of that. But like, I mean, honestly, most like remakes suck, except for the GOAT, which is Scarface. That's like the best remake ever made.
That nobody knew was a remake.
No, they didn't.
Nobody had any idea it was a remake.
It's very, very loosely based on the original, but it is a remake.
Extremely loosely based. But that's one of the examples of like doing a remake right.
Yeah.
A series on it is kind of cool because you get more in depth in it, but everybody knows what's gonna happen. Yep. You're gonna cast characters to have major diversity. One rumor that my girl brought up was that Dumbledore is going to be played by a black guy, and nothing wrong with that. It's just that characters are iconic, like in the book, they're a specific way. In the movie, they were a specific way. So yeah, diversity is going to hit it for sure.
Look at the backlash with the fucking live action Little Mermaid and the new Velma series. Like, people are fucking livid.
See, I have nothing. There's nothing wrong with the freaking mermaid thing. That's fine. I don't care if she's black, white, Latina, whatever the fuck. The point is get it across. I don't care about that. Velma? Yeah, I had a problem with that. And it's not because of her race. It's just because of how they did it. That's not fucking Scooby Doo. That's not Velma.
Yep.
It was just like it wasn't it. Like if it was just his own thing, it would have been cool, but it's not. It was just something that was banking off of an IP that's already established and you're establishing it wrong. In my opinion and so many other people's opinion. Harry Potter, going back to Harry Potter thing, it's exciting, but it's also gonna be like kind of like, oh man, like these characters are iconic. This person is gonna be that person. We fear that they're gonna change stuff just to be more modernized and woke and whatever stuff like that, and everything is fine. But you know what? It is what it is, and as I always say to people who complain about, oh, there's a remake and how dare they blah blah. It's like, hey, remember that there's always the original.
Yep.
You know,
Just watch that. That's what I
just
do.
just watch that and move on with your life. You know what I would like to see made into a series? Ready Player One.
That would
That'll
be
be
cool.
perfect as a series. I love the movie. I love the movie. And I would love to see them make a sequel out of the second book and make it even better. Because in my opinion, the second book wasn't all that. But it will be cool as a sequel because you could get. I mean, it'd be cool as a series because you could get more deep into it, and build it up more.
Speaking of that, like everybody knows Dexter's like my favorite series, and it's very loosely based. Like only the first season follows the first book. Everything else goes its own direction.
Mm-hmm.
But it was supposed to be finished with this last resurgence that they did with him and his son. And now they're doing a sequel to that with just the son, and they're doing a prequel series of Dexter before he was in the Miami homicide department.
See, but that
And I
has to
really
be
don't know
someone
how I
else
feel
then,
about it.
right?
Yeah.
Unless the person really captures Homeboy. That's the only way.
Yeah, if you don't have a fucking badass ginger playing Dexter, people are gonna be mad.
That's what's in the casting room right now. That's the discussion. All right. Look, we're not gonna make this Dexter prequel unless we find ourselves a badass ginger. It's the only way. I'm gonna greenlight
You
this
have
project.
to. Another project that I think this is just in the comics, but Marvel confirms that Spider-Man is getting a sidekick. I'm really against this.
What? Yeah, I'm not feeling that.
Mm-mm.
I'm not feeling that.
Some people should just be solo. Like I always preferred Batman when he's by himself, even though like I love Red Hood and Nightwing and Batwoman and stuff like that. But like Spider-Man, like he's always done his own thing.
Yeah. I disagree with you. I love Batman and Robin, but Spider-Man is just Spider-Man. Team up
Yeah.
with other people? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's different. Like Daredevil and Punisher and, the Avengers. Like that's awesome, but not a fucking sidekick.
Yeah. You don't need Spider Boy to be with Spider-Man. you don't need that. But comics will do what they do, so whatever.
Oh my god. And it better not be like they did with Doc Ock becoming Spider-Man. That was just weird.
Yeah, that was Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm like, okay, comics people is crazy. No, what? Spendog said sounds like Incrediboy. Oh shit, Spider-Man Incrediboy.
I like it.
Yeah! I'm down with that.
Here's one that you'll like. I don't know if you've heard of this, but a new live-action Street Fighter movie is in the works.
Yes, that is right. A new live-action Street Fighter movie is in the works.
Without Jean-Claude Van Damme, apparently.
Without JCVD. And how is that possible? No, I'm just kidding. No one's more American than JCVD, let me tell you.
With his, what is his accent? It's not French. It's like, what is that other country?
I mean, it's supposed to be French, right? He talks
But he's
French.
not French. Like he's from
He's the Austrian. No, no.
no.
He's the muscle from Brussels.
What's the
Where's
country called?
where's Brussels from?
It's like connects to France.
Uh, Google's
Starts with a
Brussels,
B.
Belgium.
Belgium. Yeah, he's Belgium. But he has a French accent, which is weird. And we talked about Vincent Perez last week. He's
Hmm.
Swedish, but he speaks French in a lot of movies.
Hey, Canadians all speak French.
That's weird. I don't like knowing that there's people up there just speaking French.
And they're taught that like at young age, and I'm like, it's
Yeah.
cool. We should be like that too over here, but
Especially in like Quebec and stuff. Like they're
yeah,
like only speak French.
like they're just like bust out. They just speak English, like yeah, this, and that, and then and they start sounding like the Merovingian.
There's a girl that I watch on Twitch called Cottontail, I think that's her name, and
Uh-huh.
she's French Canadian, and so she speaks mainly in English, and then sometimes out of nowhere she just goes into French,
Just curses in French. Subtitles,
like
just
wiping
curses
your
in
ass
French.
with silk.
This is a game. This is only a game.
This one was sad. This happened a couple weeks ago, but we didn't talk about it. One of the Bushwhacker brothers died at 78, and they were always one of my favorites when I was a kid.
That's right. R.I.P. R.I.P. They were very funny. And the last thing I remember, and I think it was the last thing they did, one of them, right? Didn't one of them enter the Royal Rumble a couple years ago? Did you know how they walk?
Yeah, I love
He
that.
just came to the ring. He got in. They threw him right out, and then he just went and walked right back.
That's amazing.
Same attitude, yo. It didn't even phase him. He just like came in and just walked right back out there, and it was the funniest moment out of that whole Royal Rumble. So if it's that guy, you know, it's 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 sad and a big loss. But
I didn't know they were Kiwis from New Zealand.
I didn't know either.
Yeah,
They had some
both
ugly ass
Kiwi.
faces. You know, their face reminds me of that girl from Crybaby. Have you ever seen Crybaby with Johnny Depp?
Yeah, a long time ago. I don't
Yeah, there
remember.
was that one. There was that one girl, white chick, and her makeup was all fucked up, and she had a fucking stanky face and shit. That's she looked like the Bushwhackers.
That's hilarious. I like this one. A new Death Note series, I guess live action with William Dafoe.
That's right. It's gonna be made by the Russo brothers, no?
I think it's supposed to be on Netflix too.
Or the Stranger Things guys. One of those two is gonna make it.
I didn't read that far.
I forgot who. Death Note series Netflix. Yeah, because that news came out and it was like a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, from the Stranger Things creators, so that's why
Oh,
it
okay,
was a big
awesome.
deal. So yeah, there you go.
And like a lot of people want William Dafoe to play the Joker in something, and he finally came out and he said that he's willing to do it.
Oh yeah, because in the Death Note Netflix movie, which by the way, okay, look, it was totally different. You gotta remember that they gotta Americanize it and blah blah blah, whatever stuff like that. It was cool for what it was, but yeah, it was nothing. It doesn't compare to the freaking animated series or the anime, and it sure as hell doesn't compare to the live action movies that were made in Japan, which are fucking
Yeah.
fantastic, you know. But the full fucking killed it as the Shinigami. Like that motherfucker was the character, you know. So definitely got to bring him back for it. He likes to have fun.
Here's one from this was on April Fool's Day, so I don't know if it's true or not, but I like it. And it was Austin Butler in negotiations to play Superman in the James Gunn universe.
Whoever the next Superman is, as always, Them some big ass red boots to fill up. All right. So, you know, like you, I still want Henry Cavill, but I understand there's gonna be someone new. Whatever it is, just take care of my boy and do him right. So
I I
whoever
even
is
said
gonna be
on the
Superman,
show before, like I didn't want anything to do with the James Gunn universe, but if they're gonna have Austin Butler as Superman, like that really piques my interest.
he's a good candidate, you know? Or you already got Oscar nominated under his belt, you know.
And Elvis.
And Elvis, yeah, he killed it as Elvis. So he's a good candidate.
Yeah,
This kid has this kid is a big future in Hollywood. And if he can pull off Superman, you know. There's people that I couldn't see as Superman and they pulled it off as Superman. Superman and
true.
Lois, that dude who does Superman and Lois,
Oh yeah.
I didn't see him as Superman at first. I was like, who's no, this guy? No, but he won me over, man, and he has become a great fucking Superman, and that's a great series.
The first time I saw him on Supergirl, I was like, he's like, it was a different take on the character. He's kind of got like a 5 o'clock shadow and stuff. I was like, he did really well.
No, yeah, no, he really encompasses, especially in this series that focus on him and the family. I haven't continued into the second season, but from the first season I saw, it was beautiful, and this guy embodies Superman. He does a killer job, and I hear that he's just been killing it since.
Hell yeah. This one I was excited about, but do you know the actor comedian Ben Schwartz? He did like college, I think College Humor or Funny or Die. I think it was Funny or Die.
Yeah, I think you're talking about homeboy that was in
I
Parks and
think he
Rec.
did the Yeah, I think he did the voice of Sonic the
Yeah,
Hedgehog.
yeah, 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 yeah. I love Ben Schwartz.
Um,
He's the main reason I started finally watching Parks and Rec. This motherfucker's hilarious.
he wants to play Plastic Man in the DC movie.
That's true. I did see a
That would
video of
be
him talking about.
fucking awesome.
No, he's definitely Plastic Man, 100%.
Like I always wanted Johnny Knoxville because they had wanted him to play Plastic Man, but no, this other guy looks awesome.
No, no, no. Not Johnny Knoxville is already past that window for Johnny Knoxville to play it, but Ben Schwartz can definitely kill it.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He even did a YouTube video with him and the guy that plays Dexter, Michael C. Hall.
Hmm.
Well, they're at a video store, and it's really funny.
Oh yeah, man, this guy is hilarious, and he has a special on Netflix with him and this other guy. I forgot what his name is, and it's just like improv.
Yeah, a lot of improv.
Yeah, it's just improv, and they killed it. It was really really fun. Like I said, he's a really funny guy. He killed it as Sonic. You know, people were like all against not having Jaleel White return for the voice, but this guy killed it as Sonic, and
Yeah,
now he is the voice of Sonic, and he loves that character. And him alone is the reason why I started watching Parks and Rec. And he killed it in that series, even though he's like he's here and there, but he's it's like he's that like reward for sticking around. Not that the
yeah,
series, it sucks without him because the series, like I found out, is fucking hilarious. And
it's good. Like once you get past like the first season, it's really good.
yeah, that first season is like that first season. Nah, man,
That
it
one guy
like
that
it's
everybody
funny.
hated, and
Yeah, like it's funny. It has its funny moments, but it didn't
it's
find itself yet. And then
no,
it's that guy. That guy kills
yeah.
it for me.
And they kicked him off the show because like everybody hated him. It's the same thing with like if you watch the first like 1 or 2 seasons of Seinfeld, like there's some good jokes in there, but it's not a good series, and it doesn't find itself until like the third or fourth season.
Yeah. Luckily, like Parks and Rec found itself in the second season. But
Yeah,
that guy killed it.
it's terrible.
And they don't even mention that motherfucker ever again.
Mm-mm. All the way up until the finale, he's
Yup.
never mentioned.
Never brought back. And
Uh,
that's okay because he was just like useless.
I haven't seen that new John Wick yet, John Wick 4, but apparently Keanu Reeves says only 380 words in a 2.5 hour long movie.
It's surprising because it don't even feel like 380 words to tell you the truth. It really feels less than that. But yeah, he doesn't really talk much. And I think that's the charm of Keanu Reeves, where he puts himself back to let the others shine. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And John Wick Chapter 4 is a big like example of this. And when I watched 47 Ronin again, I realized that he did it back then too. Because 47 Ronin, yeah, it has Keanu Reeves, but he's not really the main character in that fucking movie.
Yeah.
He's like the main like catalyst or like hero, I guess, kind of, but he's not really. The Hiroki San I'm sorry if I killed his name. The Hiroki Sanada character of Orochi or whatever, he's the main character, really. You know, the leader of the Ronin.
Yeah.
And Keanu is just like a supporting character.
It's
And
kind of it's kind of like horror movies where like the horror movie villain has the least amount of scenes.
but he's the main character.
Yeah, but they're the main character.
Yeah. And in John Wick Chapter 4, it plays out like that. And it plays out like, say, a Sergio Leone movie where Clint Eastwood is, you know, the main star, the man with no name, but he's just a secondary actor. It's more like the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So yeah, he didn't put a lot in there. But then again, he's John Wick, so all he needs to say is, yeah, you know? I get
I
that.
think I'm back.
Yeah. I understand. Okay. You know, he's just replying.
Yeah. Here's one, speaking of bad. Gotham Knights apparently is not doing well. A lot of people, that's another show that nobody asked for. And apparently a lot of people are mad because Batman killed the Joker in the series, so that's why he's not in Gotham Knights. And like a
Yeah.
lot of people are mad about that.
Yeah. I think I showed you a video where the rights are there's this whole now it explains to me there's this whole TV rights kind of stuff. I thought DC just didn't want to put him on TV because, you know, he's supposed to be like a movie focused character, but no, there's this whole legality on TV rights.
Yeah.
And WB themselves in DC don't own the rights for him on TV. So they have to make like
Disney
a big
does.
yeah, like they have to make a big ass deal just to get him on there. Just the fact that at the end of Gotham, you got to see Batman at the very end was
2
like
seconds.
yeah, that was a big fucking deal, you know?
Yeah,
And
that was amazing. You
we
waited
don't
5 seasons for that.
we didn't understand that. So yeah, now it makes sense why they never had like fucking Batman on there and only like Bruce Wayne and stuff like that. But nothing of Gotham Knights makes me want to watch it at all. So
Something I do want to watch is, of course, more Star Wars movies. And Daisy Ridley actually is going to come back, and she had originally said that she didn't want to do any more Star Wars movies, but now she's coming back for another trilogy.
sometimes time just needs to pass and the right people need to be in charge. You know what I'm saying?
True.
That's all it is. And over the years, people have been showing proof that there's still a world in Star Wars and some stories to tell if you have the right people behind it. And I think everyone learned their lessons from the sequels. And what's really, really good is the fact that all these shows right now are making those sequels a little bit more better. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
they're filling in all the gaps, and that's what needs to be done. So Ray coming back and having her own movie and building up this, I'm for it. I also though want John Boyega to get his, you know, get what was like owed to him, and his character Finn have a actual character arc
dude.
and become a fucking Jedi. You know what I'm
I
saying?
love Finn. Like, I would love a fucking series of just Finn. Like, he
Yeah.
was such a great character.
We need that. That needs to happen, and hopefully John Boyega and them come to something. Just get the right people behind it, and you're good. And right now they have the right people. There's still a world in Star Wars, and it just doesn't stop there either. Because
Yep.
when that was announced, they also announced like, hey, we're making these movies based on a time period long ago when it first started. You know, Jedi's, and when the Jedi's were big with the Sith and all that stuff. So, you know, they don't have to be in this like Skywalker saga era
Yeah.
anymore. You know, you could with Rey, you can continue that and have its own thing that has no ties to fucking all that, and you can go way before the Skywalker saga and start other stories that can have its own thing because it was thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, you know?
I mean, look at the prequel series they did for Obi-Wan. Like what they did with Darth Vader and everything, that was amazing. Like they've
Mm-hmm.
never shown how powerful he really is and stuff like that, and like that level of action and fighting. And if they could bring kind of more stuff like that into this new trilogy, I think it'll do really well where it's not attached to the original Star Wars.
Yeah. The possibilities are endless, you know? You can do whatever. It's good. So I'm excited, you know? Just keep it going.
Two of my favorite Adult Swim shows, of course, got canceled a couple years ago, and that was Metalocalypse and the Venture Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently this year, uh, Metalocalypse and the Venture Brothers are both getting movies that'll end the series.
Hey, that's good news for you.
Yeah,
Yeah. See, everything that goes away comes back eventually.
there you go.
It's because the fan base is there. So, you know,
Even The Pretender came back, but in a book series.
that guy always had a face. I don't know, man.
I
Like
love his face.
his face seemed like it was fake, you know, like it's a mask.
I love the face he makes right before they go to commercial. It fucking just cracks me up. And like even the actor had made jokes about it. He calls it the Jared face.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like he's thinking real hard, and then they
Yeah,
cut
I
to
figured.
commercial.
I figured because that's the face I see on every cover. It's just,
Yeah, that's the
see
Jared
right here.
face.
This is it right here. Pretender.
That's my show. Okay, what's this one? Oh, this one I don't like. The X-Files getting a reboot from the Black Panther director.
It's gonna be black people. There, I said it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying what's gonna happen. It's gonna be
I
X
mean, like,
Files with black people. That's it.
they brought back the X-Files like for a short return series just to end it properly. Like, leave it alone. Like, why do you have to fucking bring it back?
It's the same thing they did it with Wonder Years. They're always bringing stuff. They're always bringing stuff back and changing it to be, you know, inclusive with other communities and whatnot. Like, I didn't ask for, um, what was it called? A Party of Five, but with Latinos. I didn't ask for that, and that happened.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. That should
One
happen.
thing I will say about the Wonder Years sequel is that it's actually tied to the original. Like, the brother that died was with the brother from the original series or something, and there's a picture of them in one episode. So at least they did that. Like, that was really cool.
Huh, didn't know.
Yep.
All right. Let's try to wrap this up because I got to start heading out. So what else you got?
Here's a good one to end on.
Let's go.
Apparently, the Batman 2 is going to have more than one villain. So they've already said they're going to have Clayface and Two-Face.
So all the faces?
All the faces.
All the faces.
I've always wanted to see Clayface in a movie, and I think if they do like really good CGI, it'd be awesome.
They're missing one more face.
Scarface. That was my dude on the series.
And it could be called the Batman. You know, bout with many faces or something. I don't know, you know.
Gallery of Faces.
Oh, the Gallery of Faces, you know. Or FaceTiming or some shit. I don't know.
It's one of those movies where it's just fucking Zoom or Skype calls.
The whole time it's just him like, where are you? And you just see them on the fucking phone. You can't find us, Batman.
Shit happens in the background. Yeah.
I too am excited. I would like to see how they pull off Clayface because that's just something that's just like that's so comic booky, you know. So how
especially in the games, how big he got and stuff, and how powerful and strong he was. Like, so he's not to be fucked with.
How do you pull that off in this kind of world that is, you know, really grounded right now? Two-Face is one of my favorite of his role galleries. That's my boy. So I'm excited for Two-Face like crazy. I love The Dark Knight because it had Two-Face, and I was
Mhm.
kind of let down that his moments was just like a couple scenes at the end of the movie, you know?
One of my favorite opening monologues in a movie of all time is Two-Face in Batman Forever.
Yes. See, that's why I love Batman Forever, because the whole movie is Two-Face, you know? And that's like Two-Face on like fucking crack or meth or something, because that
Beth,
motherfucker's
yeah,
all
totally.
crazy.
Or
Yeah.
worse than that, more like bath salts.
Yeah, that motherfucker is like on something the whole time. He's trying to bring out his inner Joker or some shit.
Totally. It was a very good like imitation of the joke. But like I love Tommy Lee Jones, especially in the Lonesome Dove series and stuff like that. Like he's always been great. So I love his Two-Face. Even though it was supposed to be Billy D. Williams.
It was. That would have been different Two-Face. Hey, Batman.
And in the Batman 1989 series, they have drawn in Billy D. Williams as Two-Face,
Yep.
which was how it was supposed. He had a contract to play Two-Face. That's why he's in the first movie.
Yep.
And so for him to be in Batman Forever, they had to buy out his contract. So Billy D. Williams got paid for doing nothing so that they could get,
That's our boy.
yeah, what's his name? Tommy Lee Jones.
Hey, Billy D knew what he was doing. Okay. I would have still liked to see it. Batman. Heads or tails? Boy Wonder lives or dies.
I would fucking love that. And then out of nowhere, the fucking mom from the Clumps, and she's like, Billy D, Billy D. Billy D.
Thank you, mama. That would be interesting, because you don't see Billy D as anything else. So to see him just do two personalities at once would have been really interesting.
I love it.
He probably
Okay, I'll do one more that we can end on. This is going to be great. Um, Disney is going to do a live action remake of The Aristocats, which was one of my favorites growing up. And somehow Questlove is going to be in it. Or be
Yes.
involved.
Yes, I saw that too. I also was like, what? How's this gonna work out? I do love the Aristocrats as well. I don't know if Questlove, they made it seem like he was making the movie, so I don't know if he's directing it or he's just gonna be behind the music. If he's behind the
If he,
music,
yeah, if he did
fantastic,
the
you know?
music, that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of people don't know, but there used to be these sing along VHS tapes of Disney movies. And they would be from songs from movies, and it was like a compilation, and then they have the words at the bottom, and you could sing along. A lot of them had Aristocats and Oliver and Company.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So before you guys were able to just hit a feature and put like subtitles or sit along, no, you had to get a specific fucking tape for that.
Yeah.
You know, that's how they made money back then. But I assume he's either gonna be behind just the music, but maybe he has a knack for, you know, actually directing or whatever, producing. You know, Questlove is Questlove, baby. He did get an Oscar, remember?
He did?
Yeah, he got an Oscar. It was overshadowed because Will Smith slapped Chris Rock,
Oh, that
but
one.
he won an Oscar that moment. But nobody talks
forgot
about it.
all I remember is the slap and
Yeah,
keep my
exactly.
wife's name out your fucking mouth.
That's all people remember. But he won an Oscar. That was the presentation right there, right before that. So imagine how awkward that was. But
They did a great recreation of that on Family Guy, where Peter kept telling this joke about Chris, and Chris got mad and slapped him. He's like,
really,
"Keep my name out your fucking mouth."
that's
He's like,
hilarious.
I was just doing a joke. And he's like, keep my name out your fucking mouth.
That's funny. Fucking Family Guy. That's dope.
Well, tell people where they can find us.
You can find us at Real Machine Room on Twitter. Also, our website, themachineRoomPodcast.com. And right there is everything Machine Room. You can follow Rachel and I on these places right underneath our faces.
And TikTok.
And TikTok, yes. That's my exact name on TikTok, and that's her exact name on TikTok over
Yeah.
there. All right, and she's blowing up right now.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, I'm just a chick from a small mountain town, and I had a video go viral.
So follow her on TikTok, blow her up. Follow me on TikTok, and just don't pay attention to any of the videos I make because that's how it is, you know.
I was.
I'm a nobody. But yes, we're in the presence of a TikTok celebrity right here.
For not even something I did. It was a Billy Zane movie from the 90s.
That's how it works, yo. You think I drew those X-Men episodes?
That's true.
I just put our stupid voices over it. That's all I did.
That's it. That's all you have to do.
Now, Lone Broly fits about $45 with that TikTok money. But no, for real, follow us on TikTok because, you know, I actually do enjoy myself on there. I do put up a lot of clips and stuff from my Twitch videos. And now Rachel over here, she's actually putting up some funny videos, you know, and the proof is there with over a million views and growing right now.
And we've talked about it before, but we want to do a TikTok for the Machine Room of clips from the Twitch show. So like this live show right now could have clips of it that go on a TikTok that I have yet to create.
You could either create it or you could just use what you have right now. I mean, you have the followers right now, so you just put up the clip and then just have it right there. You know, it's like, you know, Machine Room Podcast on Twitch or whatever. It's much easier because I would do the same thing too. I wouldn't like recreate something new. I would just use my stuff and try to like, you know, throw it out there.
The Extreme says TikTok the waffle stomping. Dude, if it wasn't for the audio issues we were having that night, that was like fucking prime, just platinum episode. I wish I could fix the audio somehow.
It was still good. It was still good, you know. Hit or misses, yo, hit or misses. But we've been hitting like crazy lately. And I like to thank everybody who came here, everybody who listens to us on either Spotify, which we now have video on, or iTunes, or wherever the fuck you listen to us. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching us on YouTube. Thank you for watching us here on Twitch. Thank you for all the people that are in our chat room. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are fantastic. Follow Rachel on Hammer of Venus on Twitch and Twitter. Follow me at Nastradamus on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Follow us on
everywhere.
Real Machine Room on Twitter and Facebook.
We don't use the Facebook much, but we do use the Machine Room Twitter, and we post a lot of stupid shit on there too. So
yes,
definitely keep up with us.
And also follow me on onlyfans.com/onlynaz. It's only pictures of my beard.
There you go.
That's all I do.
I'll start at OnlyFans. It's just pictures of my big forehead.
That's it. Beard and forehead is a new thing. It's going to be like ASMR taking over.
I'll get a projector and project movies on my forehead.
Watch the whole movie off of your forehead. I'm sold. I'm there. All right, everybody. Good night. Thank you for being here on the Machine Room Podcast. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the fuck out of here. Make sure you clean up after yourselves, and please wash your asses.
Please, and don't waffle stomp.
Do not waffle stomp in the shower. I swear to fucking God. Do not. If you waffle stomp, your feet should be cut off.
Disgusting.
Ugh. Can you imagine just the doo-doo in between your toes?
I don't remember eating corn.